We can see that almost all players are at tier 2. I believe that Spirit and raar got there first, but now Edtjuh and Captain DarkRiku are just about to finish getting up to tier 2 there. Nice little Salt Marine lunge in there, and using the Merciless Strike there as well by raar. Doing quite a bit of damage. A good-looking grenade spike there. Ooh, that wrecked quite a few people. I believe that was a grenade spike from raar's scout squad there. And Spirit's going to have to retreat out of there. Captain DarkRiku is still hanging out here for the time being, but pretty much just backed up here by Spirit's Warlock. More towards the center. Again, we have some light conflict happening here. Edtjuh is capping these points right now. DirkRadix is moving up with the infiltrated rangers, and the Warp Spider Exarch went for the heavy gauge death spinners as well. So the ability to control heroes using those abilities. Again, here we have that that full auto ability being used from the Mastercrafted Bolter on the Apothecary, used to just kind of continually knock down heroes. Very good for taking heroes out of the equation. Obviously, Edtjuh and sorry, what was I going to say? DirkRadix and raar are both kind of using abilities like that in the middle. That could help out a bit here. Heavy gauge death spinners and whatnot, and the Inquisitor has kind of an AoE kind of snare ability. So that's a pretty good theme there when you have big team fights, to be able to take key units out of the battle. More towards the center, again, Edtjuh and the DirkRadix's Warp Spider and the Guardians are just going to continue taking control over this power. This is a very contested power node here. It's been destroyed quite a few times. Unfortunately, that means that Edtjuh is no longer on the bottom column, and he's going to be able to. Looks like Caeltos is going to be moving out here, recapping things. Caeltos has gone all the way up here to get Stormtroopers with an assault squad. So they've got the overcharged last guns, and they're really good against infantry. But oh man, just look at that! The combination of Catachans using the old reliable and the focus fire from DirkRadix's Warp Spiders. Really good. Completely wrecked a bunch of Caeltos' troops there. So Caeltos really having a hard time down here in the south right now. He came all the way in here to recap this position as he saw that no one was down there, but now he's forced to retreat, getting really picked off here by just lots of Warp Spider Exarch, focus fire, snipers, and Catachans. So that's not a happy time there at all. More towards the north, we can see that it looks like once again we're going to have Spirit and Captain DarkRiku just kind of charging around right now, doing some damage. Manticore on the field right now for Edtjuh. Manticore most likely just chilling back near his base somewhere. Nope, it's going to be kind of in the middle of the map right now, firing across at all these people. We can see the Inquisitor using the Hammer of Witches right there just to kind of do some damage here onto some of the supporting units right now. And man, we have, it looks like Spirit's going to go ahead and call in an Autarch. Autarch landing right in the middle of all raar's troops right now. Autarch, we can see now bouncing around, landing, healing a bunch of troops and kind of giving some buffs there. We have a Librarian out here as well for raar, trying his best to hold on right now. Captain DarkRiku slugging away on the right-hand side here. Lots of damage going off here, just a ton of action. And again, with 3 versus 3s, it's really hard to follow all the action, so I'm just going to be kind of grabbing choice battles and whatnot. Hopefully everybody will see some portions of the stuff they want to see here. Looks like raar is going to be forced to use his last jump there to get out and retreat. The Librarian is retreating home right now, and it looks like the blue team has succeeded in pushing all the way in here. We'll have to see. It looks like they are going to prioritize this warp gate and do a little bit of damage. On the lower left-hand side, once again, now that Edtjuh has got his attention back there, he's just going to go ahead and completely wreck that power node. We can see him and his Sentinel and the Catachans are all down there, just kind of hanging out, taking care of business down there. We do have double infiltrated Stormtroopers moving around. And check it out, we have another Manticore barrage right there. A little bit of a called shot there, perhaps trying to pick off the Catachans, maybe not knowing that there was Stormtroopers there. But it looks like the blue team is continually fighting around here as much as they can. We've got the red team moving in with a variety of units right now. Tactical Marines and Assault Marines charging in. The Librarian is kind of up here right now. Haven't seen him use any sort of AoE abilities just yet, or any sort of direct damage abilities. It looks like Edtjuh's Inquisitor is here, just going to continually be doing some damage. Kind of wounded, but hanging out in the back. Important to stay in the fight whenever you can. We can see the Warp Spider Exarch is flying away here. I think that Warp Spider Exarch is retreating, but I just can't see the retreat symbol over its head, but that's fine. Looking more towards the center, we can see that Captain DarkRiku lost his Apothecary in the middle of all of this. Is currently being rezzed by Spirit's Warlock, and able to get that going on behind cover. And now we have a beautiful call-in from Edtjuh. Edtjuh's going to go ahead and call in the Bane Wolf right now. You can see he's going to sticky up this area, slowing down those troops, and using that Bane Wolf's chem cannon here just to do a lot of damage versus all of these infantry. Again, nice solid push here. We have this kind of ebb and flow feeling going on, but these are the important things to note in the middle right now. So Caeltos is Commissar Lord, equipped with the Power Fist, the Flak Jacket, and Stubbornness, is just kind of moving around here all throughout the center and grabbing these points. Very important to grab because, again, the double points in the middle will win you the game. Note, by the way, it feels like The red team is giving more of a beating to the blue team, but the blue team was up 3-0 triple cap right then. However, the score has been largely similar. I mean, 280 to 230 right now, not too bad. Taking a look more towards the center, we can see DirkRadix has got a nice upgraded Guardian squad here. They have taken quite a bit of casualties. You can see their Warlock is just kind of zodding away at these Catachan Devils here, but having the double Stormtroopers just kind of pouring damage in them right now, that's not looking too good. We do have the, I believe that is the Judgment. No, sorry. Yeah, there she is. It looks like we can see the Inquisitor here is just doing some massive damage right now to all of these Stormtroopers. And we have the pile of double War Spiders out there by DirkRadix. Not sure if DirkRadix was summoning those in using the Commander ability or actually just built those straight up. But they're pretty sweet. Banewolf now moving around on the top, doing some pretty good backing up all of these troops right now. And you can see Raar's troops launching himself in. Again, we have this kind of like mirror-style fight here where each person just kind of just initiates the encounter with both of their assault squads charging in, doing a bit of damage, getting healed up by the medic. You can always kind of assume that that's going to happen. And bam, check it out. We do have for Spirit, we got the Witchblade of Kurnos and the Warp Throw effect here. So I haven't necessarily seen any good Warp Throws yet, but that Witchblade is awesome. It gives that sort of AoE ethereal slash ability, kind of slashes out in a big cross. We can see now the Banewolf is trying its best to stay away. The Tactical Marine Squad here in the rear from Captain DarkRiku has been upgraded to have a missile launcher more towards the center. Again, we can see Edtjuh's troops just kind of recapping everything around here. Edtjuh is doing a great job just staying in control of the lower left-hand side. I believe that was a nice little knockback there coming out of the Catachan Devils, who are currently infiltrated back there. Warp Spiders exchanging some fire here with these hotshot Stormtroopers. And now Raar and Edtjuh are on their way to Tier 3. So they're using that economic advantage right now to get ahead in technology. Looking more towards the center, it looks like Captain DarkRiku is calling in a drop pod. There he goes, going to be able to reinforce a bunch of his troops right here in the center and keep this keep the pressure moving here. And it looks like the red team is just going to have to retreat out of here in mass. You can see that it looks like Spirit's Autarch here is upgraded with the Executioner charging around on top of this Banewolf right now. It even has a Melt-A-Bomb stuck on it here, courtesy of Captain DarkRiku. And right now, Raar is just going to kind of try and repair this vehicle and just hold on for the time being, using his scouts here to repair. Again, just kind of throwing each other's units at each other. Just a big pile of stuff right now. We can see the Assault Marines are really just kind of leading the charge here. But unfortunately, I think that Raar is a little bit outgunned in this situation. You can see the combination of the Shuriken Cannon teams and the Tactical Marines and all that stuff here. And not to mention the fact that there's an Autarch and a Warlock and all that sort of stuff out there. Doing just a ton of damage here. We can see, is that a Manticore barrage being called in somewhere around here? No, that is just, there we go. We've got the Warp Spider Exarchs blinking, the Warp Spiders rather, blinking in again, but unfortunately they are being set upon here by the Howling Banshees. We've got all sorts of intense close combat going on right now. We can see right now that the Howling Banshees are just charging in here by Spirit, continuing to put a lot of pressure on the last remains of DirkRadix's Warp Spiders, and I believe that Warp Spider squad was completely wiped out just then. Looking more towards the south to try and keep an eye on everything, we can see, whoops, it looks like Edtjuh's Banewolf here is still completely wounded. Came down here to put some pressure in. Oh yeah, we've got a nice little Purgatus being used here by the Inquisitor. You can see that Purgatus item. It does a ton of damage right at its max range. It does that circular ring of fire, but I believe that pretty much everybody got out of the way there. Blue team here, more towards the middle. We've got the fully upgraded Howling Banshees, the Autarch, and the Warlock are just kind of all charging around in the center right now. Looks like that Sentinel is just about to get wrecked. Bam, there goes the Sentinel. And maybe even this last Ranger here, you can see him getting punched a little bit. Yes, one last little left-hand punch there by the Apothecary here for Captain DarkRiku is all it took. It looks like that Banewolf actually went back in there and did some gen bashing, and is now just heading out of there. So continuing to get good kind of late-game use of that. That's not too bad. Looking more towards the center, this is always so chaotic here, but we can see that it looks like DirkRadix went ahead and rebuilt that web gate. 200 points. We do have the Howling Banshees from Spirit moving around. And note, by the way, we also have Caeltos has a Chimera out there right now. So Caeltos, Chimera, and 2 Stormtrooper squads doing his thing. Some high explosives on the ground there and all sorts of stuff. The Inquisitor right now just kind of stunning away here, doing some pretty good damage. It looks like all of these Howling Banshees are going to have to get out of there. They just barely avoided getting wrecked right now by the Manticore barrages from Edtjuh. And Edtjuh's army is actually looking pretty fantastic. Edtjuh and Raar are both really on top of the ball here so far. Raar even has a Terminator squad on the field. Haven't taken a look at that yet, but we've got some massive... Oh, yeah, look at that Purgatus right there. That was the sweet spot. You see everybody standing right in that charred ring on the edge. They just took maximum damage right there. That was pretty phenomenal indeed. And it looks like we've got a we got an Eldritch Storm being called in on top of this. However, I don't think it's going to do too much damage. Most everybody was able to kind of move out of the way here. But that was a real power move right there. Taking a look around, it looks like DirkRadix, having suffered some casualties, saved up a little bit. Going to be getting a Falcon now at this stage in the game. And for the most part, the red team just won a pretty tremendous victory here in the middle. You can see a lot of red team troops out here. There are those Terminators right now, by the way. They are kind of leading the charge in combination here with raar's Psyker. Looking pretty good. Again, this generator farm just keeps getting just plowed into the ground here. You can see the Warp Spiders are just putting a lot of pressure on that right now. Captain DarkRiku's Apothecary is down in the middle of the battlefield here. And it looks like it's a 2-cap right now for the red team, going more towards the north. The blue team does have temporary control over this, but I'm not sure how long that's going to last. The red team has pretty much just shifted tack, or at least all of raar's units have shifted all the way up here to the north. The Scout Squad, upgraded with the shotguns, by the way, going to be able to cap that victory point, while the rest of the useful troops continue moving on, doing quite a bit of damage here. So, unfortunately, these Howling Banshees are kind of stuck right now. They are about to be surrounded by raar's troops right now, and raar is just going to move on in for the kill. You can see some Power Fist shots coming right there out of the Terminators, and oh my god, look at this Tactical Marine Squad with one gentleman left. Terminators making sure to blink up there, forcing melee, getting one more shot off. Storm Bolter's continuing to do some damage, but I think he's going to get away for the time being. And just kind of unnoticed by everybody, the Autarch is getting out of there. We can see here that DirkRadix has got this Falcon back on the field now, so some good Falcon support, resupplying and whatnot. And things are looking pretty good here. Let's take a look here and see where the Manticore right now for Caeltos is. Just kind of bombing this area. It looks like that was a little bit of a whiff there. And we do actually have a Tier 3 coming out of Captain DarkRiku for the time being, but it's important to note right now that the blue team is down. They are at 56 points right now, really being kind of shoved out of here. 50 points right now for the blue team, 181 points for the red team. Red team is up 2-1. Taking a look, this battle is going to be determined in the middle. We can see right now, though, that DirkRadix's Falcon is just kind of causing everybody a lot of trouble. However, the Commissar Lord is exactly what the Doctor called for. You can see that Power Fist there, just doing a ton of damage here. You have a little bit of a grenade trying to kind of keep him away, but it doesn't matter. Completely able to take out that Falcon. More towards the south, it looks like all of our stormtroopers here are just retreating away, having gotten a little bit of a beating from that from the Inquisitor right there. Inquisitor is still continuing to defend here. They just the red team just needs to hold on to this victory point, and they should be fine. We can see right now, it looks like the Inquisitor is just about to get wrecked here by all of these gentlemen here. Captain DarkRiku's Assault Squad and Apothecary there doing some pretty good damage here. We can see here that the Catachans now are just kind of engaged in some fierce kind of back and forth attacks going on. But 22 points left for the blue team. The blue team is currently tied up 1-1 in terms of victory points for now. There's that heal going to provide the edge here. But and you can see right now the Catachans don't want anything to do with that. They just want blood, or at least they should be attacking that Apothecary, but oh well. Taking a look more towards the right, we can see DirkRadix right now is moving in, putting the focus fire on these Assault Marines, who just finished capping that point, by the way. So the blue team, hovering at 22 points, now owns 2 victory points. Here we have yet again the Banewolf. This is a level 3 Banewolf, by the way, pouring tons of damage in there. DarkRiku dropping a drop pod, once again, reinforcing all of these troops out here, and reinforcing his Assault Squad and the Tactical Marine Squad and all of that. That's looking pretty good here, but we can see that Edtjuh is going to be able to, not Edtjuh, sorry, DirkRadix is going to be able to grab this victory point, and the northern victory point is being quietly captured by the Librarian only right now. That's very bad. That could be a 2-1 right now. 22 points right now for the blue team still, and they're just about to lose control of these victory points. We have a Leman Russ on the battlefield as well, and it looks like DirkRadix went and got the Fire Prism right now. So Leman Russ, Fire Prism, backed up by Edtjuh's Manticore. That's looking pretty brutal indeed. That's going to be a strong push here through the middle, and blue team is going to have a hard time getting rid of any of that. We can see even way in the back here, somehow raar's Space Marines made it all the way up here and are just capping this victory point. About to be a 3-cap. We've got 10 points remaining on the clock for the blue team. Looks like the Terminators are just charging in here right now, trying their best to take out this Manticore. They likely would have, but the time ran out. So congratulations to Edtjuh, DirkRadix, and raar for winning that game. It was a really intense 3 versus 3, and very well played, of course, by Caeltos, Spirit, and DarkRiku. I like seeing big, huge team games with all sorts of top players there. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please feel free to subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time.